Hello, this is Rick Shattuck with a proposal and presentation for PowerLift Foundations to see if we can put the TeleMagic database into Microsoft Access as a feasibility study. Here's a typical record at level 3 in TeleMagic. Now, the data itself exists in level 3 in the contact3.dbf database file. The memos are in the contact3.fpt, which stands for Fox Pro Text, and that is the native format, also a Microsoft product, Microsoft Fox Pro. That keeps the notes. And there's level 2 in contact2.dbf, and there's level 1 in contact1.dbf. Now these can also be read with Microsoft Access. So Microsoft supports its various formats, including the Microsoft Fox Pro and Microsoft Access. And also Microsoft Access can link into Fox Pro and vice versa. So let's start with, and Microsoft is a very rich company, multi-billion-dollar company that's going to be around for a while. They won't go out of business like TeleMagic. Bill Gates is going to be in business for many years, and unlike Michael McCafferty, the inventor of TeleMagic, is retired, so they're no longer supporting their product. But Microsoft Access will be supported. I feel very comfortable with Microsoft Access, having worked with it since it came out, actually even before that, in beta testing, and attended seminars about it at the headquarters in Redmond, Washington, and developed applications for customers, including the U.S. Army, since the 1990s. Over 100 of them. So let's start off with a new Microsoft Access database. We'll call it PowerLift TM for TeleMagic. Now what you can do to get those DBFs in there, you go to Get External Data and link the tables. Click there, and I'll go down to the ODBC database. Open Database Connectivity is what it stands for, and then choose Fox Pro Database, and then browse for the database container, and there it is, Contacts DBC. Choose OK. And click Contact 1, Contact 2, Contact 3. Let's select them all and bring them all in. Contact 1, Contact 2, and Contact 3. Let's take a look at them using Microsoft Access. And it looks similar to the way it displays in Fox Pro. Here are all the columns. All the same field names. All the records. All the columns. So the easiest kind of conversion is when you don't have to do any conversion at all. Just keep the data that it's been in for many years. This format since 1999, and it can stay just fine into 2099. Let's take a look at the Contact 2 table. We can have them all at the same time. So I'll scoot this up here. Let's take a look at Contact. This is level 2. Contact 2. It has a unique ID that TeleMagic assigns, which has the 14 characters. And the first 7 are matching the contact ID in the level 1 table. Okay. Tabbing to the right. And here are all the fields that TeleMagic has. Okay, move that there. And let's take a look at Contact 3, which is the level 3 data. There's Contact 3. Starting with James Matlock. And has all the details for that project. Project ID 24255. at 10903 Cromwell. I'll stretch it out. Okay, and that is the city of Dallas, Texas. And there's the zip code. Okay. Now before we were looking at, let's go back to TeleMagic. We're looking at Tommy Cosby. Let's take a look at his record in Access. So, I'll scoot back to the owner column. And then in Microsoft Access, you can press Control F, or you can click on this binocular button and type in Tommy Cosby. Then find next. There it is. There's the record. Now, we could look at it this way in rows, but let's make a form so it looks like TeleMagic. So I click back to here, and go to Forms, and click on New. I'll make a new form for the Contact 3 table. Choose OK, and here's the form designer in Microsoft Access. Now in some programs like InfoFlow, they have a pretty pre-programmed appearance, but in Microsoft Access you can have your forms any way you want them. So let's start by making it like the one above. So we see some tabs: commercial, residential, project info, invoice, and warranty. So what you do in Microsoft Access is you choose the tab control, click tab, and drag a box onto the form, and here it says page 1 and page 2. So I'm going to change those to commercial, and now it says commercial. I click on page 2 and put in residential. There we have it. Now, and of course I could do the others: project info, invoice, and warranty. Now let's put some fields on that tab, starting with owner. So drag the owner field onto the form, and it's drag and drop, and I can change the owner 3 to say owner, and stretch the box to be the same width as it is in TeleMagic. There we go. Next we'll take the address. I drag it onto the form, position it, stretch it out a little to the left, a little bit to the right, make the label the same as TeleMagic address. There we have it. Now let's take a look at the data with the form. And there's James Matlock. He was the first record over there at 10903 Cromwell. I can move ahead to different records by clicking this arrow. We go to all the records in the database. This button here means go to the end of the database, and clicking back to the data sheet, I'm on that same record. Okay, so for some more fine-tuning, I'll go to the designing view, and I'll take city, state, and zip. There's city. I drag that there. and then state, drag and drop. State is usually Texas, so it can be thin, and zip. So you get the idea. I could quickly fill in all the fields that are on the forms in TeleMagic, basically recreating the same appearance. And this will say city/st/zip. And then I don't need that label, I don't need that, and I can make it look like, you know, if you're standing far away, you wouldn't know if it's TeleMagic or Microsoft Access, and it's using the same data. Doesn't get simpler than that. And we can do some fine-tuning here. The field in TeleMagic is actually a kind of a gray background, so the back color can be gray. And the front color for the text can be white. And there we go. And let's take a look at the TeleMagic data. And we'll zoom ahead to our record Tommy. And there's Tommy. Okay. And we can do some more fine tuning to make the background the same color. It's kind of a light blue. Maybe a different blue there. How about this blue? Yeah, that's more like it. And then I make this back style show the blue. And there we have it. So what we're doing, I've done many conversions since the 1990s. The easiest conversion is the one that you don't have to do. It's already in the format that we need for Microsoft Access. And instead of a new database format and new program, we can just use a newer program, Microsoft Access, with the existing data from TeleMagic. The Microsoft Access, of course, will work on any version of Microsoft Windows. Windows is never going to make Microsoft Access not work. Although they seem to have done something that makes TeleMagic not work easily in the Windows 10 and 11, 12, 13, and beyond. But you can feel very confident that Microsoft Access will provide a solution for your data that you can use for many years to come. It's also very highly programmable, and it's very popular. There aren't many of us old-time TeleMagic consultants, but there are many Microsoft consultants. But I hope to be of service and help you keep continuing with your PowerLift database using Microsoft Access.